Obi can't move backward. Obi being a vice to Atiku, they are not going to win any election. Like he said, if there is an election drawn today between Obi and Atiku, Obi will flog Atiku hands down like pieces, almost in all the states of the federation, even in his own state, even in Adamawa.
So guys, according to this report coming from BBC, it says Peter Obi received more votes in Rivers State, but Bola Tinubu was declared winner. You can even see it from this graph here that Peter Obi actually won. The first yellow bar you are seeing says BBC counting of poll station results. Peter Obi was leading, but when result was declared, finally it was Tinubu that was leading. Now, report is saying that Peter Obi won in Lagos with more than 1 million votes. And this is one of the reasons why obedience are saying is Peter Obi or nothing. They are sending strong message to the coalition of the ADC saying that if it's not Peter Obi, because people are already saying, is it going to be Atiku? I mean, Amaechi has come out to declare that he's interested. Atiku is interested. Peter Obi is in the race. Possibly El-Rufai is interested. Who is going to get the ticket of the party? Don't forget, if primaries are run or if primaries are being conducted, Atiku is likely going to win because Atiku can use his money to influence. But Peter Obi doesn't give sheshe. Peter Obi enjoys organic love. But Atiku knows how to win people's heart using his brown envelope. The question remains, is the coalition willing to take advantage of Peter Obi's organic followership and allow him to emerge as the ticket holder of the party? People have said if Atiku emerges, Tinubu is definitely going to win. I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this video. Let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Now take a look.
There was manipulation.
Everybody knew. Didn't they say so? That Rivers collapsed
from the result you got in your situation room. Who won the presidential election?
And that's what Peter Obi won in Tanzania.
It was a landslide or what?
Well, look, I don't want to use... you see, Nigerians are very funny, and look, I can imagine the way, if I say it's landslide or something, the way they will be talking, ridiculous. Look, here in Lagos, Obi defeated Tinubu by over 1 million votes. They couldn't completely say that he didn't win. They had to bring it down.
Who brought it down?
The INEC.
Obi can't move backward. Obi being a vice to Atiku, they are not going to win any election. Like he said, if there is an election drawn today between Obi and Atiku, Obi will flog Atiku hands down like pieces, almost in all the states of the federation, even in his own state, even in Adamawa.
Following on the footsteps of the first speaker, my name is Mr. Peter Obi, born in Nigeria, educated in Christ the King College, University of Nigeria and Nsukka, and subsequently have had the privilege of having very extensive trainings overseas, from London School of Economics to Harvard Graduate School, to Kellogg, to Columbia, Oxford University, Cambridge, IMD in Switzerland. I'm a businessman, I'm a trader. Very successful trader who have managed corporations locally and established a successful business in United Kingdom that is of note today. I lived there for 10 years. From there, I chaired companies in Nigeria, served in about 8 quoted companies, different companies, out of which I chaired about 3 of them in Nigeria. Became a governor of my state, served for 8 years. I've had some remarkable things that happened in my transition into politics. I would say I was the first governor to be declared through the courts, because when I contested the election, somebody else was declared and I went to court and challenged it, and for 3 years I was declared. 6 months into being governor, I was impeached. I went to court again and challenged the rascality, and I became the second person to come back in this country as the governor from impeachment. And 5 months after that, my tenure again was terminated by an election that was not supposed to exist. And I went back to court and established the tenure of governor, which is what every governor who has disrupted a Nigerian election to date. Without me, the likes of Oshomole, Fayemi, Oriboshala, all these will be governors. It was my challenge of that rascality that made it possible for them to go to court afterwards. While as governor, I served as advisor to the president of Nigerian Finance. President Goodluck Jonathan was a member of his economic management team and was the chairman of SEC thereafter. Since after that, I've been involved in 2019. I was vice presidential candidate to Atiku Abubakar. Today, I'm contesting Labour. I believe that 2023 is a critical and a crucial year for Nigeria. The government that will be coming in will be faced with the undaunting task of bringing back Nigeria and repositioning it. Because it breaks of so many daunting situations that requires immediate attention. My commitment is to ensure that will bring a government that will redirect, empower, and govern Nigeria in the way governance is expected all over the world. And that is my commitment. We are at a point where we're challenging the process. These are part of what makes a nation. The process through which people come into office or assume or achieve anything is far more fundamental than what they do thereafter. It is important that the people come through the right door and not just jump into through the window and start saying, okay, let's move on, let's clean it up, let's do this and everything. No. So we're challenging the process. And that has to come to a logical end before any other thing. And it has to be something that people will seemingly, that's why I said, we have to begin by doing the right things. And not doing the right things is having the right process. On issue of qualification, I never said anything with regards to improving the degree or doing this. The issue of qualification is the issue of leaders making statements, doing things that are honest and truthful. This is an issue of honor and integrity. It is the foundation on which you build society. If you look at what is happening in Nigeria today, there's so many issues of certificates, age, all sorts of one falsification or the other, all over, within the leaders. There's no way people can doing this and be able to do the right things, because that means they live in a falsified life. And that is not good morally, and a sign it should be given to the society. There's so many great people in the world who did not go to school. And I can tell you, America today, one of the highest, or I would say the greatest president America has ever had, is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln did not go to a formal school. In fact, his entire education is less than 1 year formal education, because he came from a very extremely poor family. His education was by borrowing books and everything, which he did later. But he was able to show, if you read his history, you show that he came from a very poor home and did not have formal education. He didn't have to say he read the PhD here or he did this one here, and then there's an argument like what we're having all over Nigeria today, which is bringing the credibility of our nation into question. If you come to the UK, one of the greatest prime ministers, Winston Churchill, Winston Churchill is known to have had a poor academic record. In fact, his academic record was very bad that his father had to enlist him in the army. Even when he went to take an exam to be able to be enlisted into the British Military Academy, he sat it 3 times before he could pass. Eventually, he became a prime minister and became a great prime minister. You go to the corporate world, the biggest company we have today in terms of market value is Apple. The founder is a dropout, a school dropout. His history shows that. The second biggest company is Microsoft. At least Apple today is about 2.9, if I'm right, about 2.9 trillion company, when African GDP is about 2.9. So it's about the same thing as African GDP. The second biggest company is Microsoft, founded by Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a university dropout. It's written there. There's no question. The 4th richest person in the world, Larry Ellison, is a poor person. The mother had to give up for adoption when he was 9 months.
All right. So that's
so you don't really have to have all the degrees in the world to be great. But you need to be honorable about your past, so we can know who exactly you are and everything. The world are bound by great people who have poor past and no education, and that forms part of their greatness.
Imagine claiming that your greatest criticism of Peter Obi is that you worked hand in hand with Abacha, and then days later, you admit you need to call rain or mockery to clarify your own statements, not the internet, no documents. What a loud, confident example of intellectual laziness. So, on the Honey Bunch podcast, Daddy Freeze said, "My greatest criticism of Peter Obi is that you worked hand in hand with Abacha." Days after, Daddy Freeze posted on his IG a call with Reno, asking him to clarify Peter Obi's role in Abacha's regime. Really? That is irresponsible commentary, careless journalism, making noise first, checking facts later. Now, the issue. Did Peter Obi work for Abacha? No. Peter Obi was never an employee or official of the Nigerian Ports Authority. The fact is, in the 1990s, Obi was a businessman, chairman of Fidelity Bank, and active in the private sector. Here is what really went down. Peter Obi and other importers petitioned the Abacha government about congestion at Tin Can Island port. In response, Abacha invited Peter Obi to Aso Rock and asked him to chair a temporary port decongestion task force. It was a 3 to 4 month assignment, not a formal job, not a government appointment, not a paid role. Even Peter Obi himself once clarified, "I never worked in the Nigerian Port Authority. I was appointed into a temporary port committee after raising concerns." So, is that a crime? So let's assume for a moment that Peter Obi chaired a task force under Abacha. Is that the moral crime that the Freeze frames it to be? Did Dora Akinyomi not serve under Obasanjo? Did Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala not serve under Jonathan? Were they not all praised for their excellence? Now, question to Daddy Freeze. If Obi's short-term role in solving a national problem is your greatest criticism, then you have to condemn every businessman, contractor, or employee who contributed to Nigeria during military regimes, because under that logic, 90% of Nigerian professionals worked for Abacha. Let's talk about Daddy Freeze. If you want to critique associations, let's look at yours. Freeze, you were close to Hush Puppy, a convicted internet fraudster. You regularly praise and associate with Pastor Toby Adegboyega, a man under investigation in the UK for financial misconduct. You defended Hush Puppy as misunderstood.
but you're condemning Peter Obi for chairing a decongestion committee. So what is worse, helping reduce port congestion in Nigeria as of 1997 or dining with confirmed fraudsters in 2020? What makes this even more dangerous is that Daddy Freeze has got a large platform, yet he did not do the most basic research. Instead, he says something provocative, and then days later, let's call Reno to confirm. Now, let's be clear. Peter Obi did not work for Bacha. He chaired a short-lived task force to solve a national crisis. That is not complicity. That is contribution. Take care and have a nice day.
Daddy, please, I dare you to ask Tinubu why the country is like this. You dey go ask Peter. Is Peter Obi the president of this country? Daddy Freeze, I am disappointed in you. You don't understand? Now only you come outside now, they attack Peter Obi. Is Peter Obi the president of this country? Let me know. Is Peter Obi the president of Nigeria? You they ask Peter Obi question. You're asking him question as someone that will fix the current situation of the country. Now you they talk about Peter Obi, then his relationship and what he had with Abacha. Who no say Peter Obi was the chairman of Apapa Port, and Abacha then wanted to form a port decongestion, and by so doing they formed a port decongestion committee, and Peter Obi be chairman. Now the reason Obi made that, wetin Obi they try talk, and you they do like say you don't know. You they act like say you don't know. The reason he said, no matter how bad a government is, even if that president na the most wicked person, if you listen to the people, things will work. There will be solution. Now, wetin make I do that? That say yes, Abacha listened to them, and they formed the committee. Now you they come attack Obi. Obi should tell you what he had with Abacha. What do you need that very what do you need the whole stuff for? What will go help us do with the present day situation in Nigeria? We are suffering in Nigeria. Fuel don't rise, rice don't rise. We know they now you know say everything that don't turn up. You know Nigeria, whenever anything goes up, we don't even get price control for Nigeria. When anything goes up, you know they come down. Now we don't they see fuel as 900, 1,000 as a normal thing. Nothing we don't go up, we don't come down since it is start to go up. Now you they call attack. You are asking Peter Obi question. As what? Have you questioned the present day government? Daddy, please, I dare you to ask Tinubu why the country is like this. You they go ask Peter. Is Peter Obi the president of this country? What do you need him to tell? What is all this question? How will it affect us as citizens now? We are talking about now. You're talking about 2027. The people who go vote for 2027, what if they die finish before 2027? You don't care about what will happen now? That the first question Tinubu asked Tinubu, why is Nigeria the way it is? The so-called buying of people, unaliving of people in Benue State and other parts of Nigeria. Have you come outside to ask Tinubu what they don't do to those people? Because it not happen to you, it not happen to your family. You dey question Peter Obi. How will this question you're asking Peter Obi affect us as Nigerians? No, they behave like hypocrites. You say that your anger started when Peter Obi supporters started attacking you. That means you never liked Peter Obi. You have been paid, allegedly. They don't pay you. Yes. They don't bankroll you as you did like this. You did list. Because this question where they ask, what do you need it for? Was Peter Obi the president? Peter Obi was only a chairman of a particular port. Was he the president of Nigeria? Question Abacha. Question his wife, his family. You're questioning Peter Obi. What do you need this question for? Ask Tinubu why we are suffering now. You just come, you say because Obi supporters attacked you. As a man, when you be like, say, you support Hush Puppy, you they promote crime, Daddy Freeze. The same you. Now you they support crime. Yes, now, you were promoting Hush Puppy, chilling with Hush Puppy. Who be no say Hush Puppy na fraudster? Who be no know? Hush Puppy was a very serious fraudster. But now you they go snap with them, post with them. Anywhere on a see money, on a day there. You're not a good person, it is clear. Allow people, what it concern, it's no matter anything what you want to do, Peter Obi no respond to you. respond to me. Why? I dare you to ask Tinubu why Nigeria is the way it is now. I dare you. Since you be say you be ask anybody question, ask Tinubu. Ask Tinubu, what have they done with the people, the families of the people that were affected in Yelewata in Benue State? What did they don't do? After that same one, another strike took place. Some policemen were unalived. You talk anything? Nigeria they spoil. You no talk. Now Peter Obi with Abacha, 1993 to 1998. Now you they ask now. That the freeze man, I know they mess up for the country. When I go just get platform, they use them. They oppress and suppress the poor.
So guys, it has always been about whether it's going to be Atiku or it's going to be Peter Obi. Obedience have made their position clear from the origin. That see, if it's not Peter Obi, we are not going to support ADC. The question remains, is the coalition going to waste Peter Obi's time until when is the dying minute they now tell him that, oh, they ran a primary and the primary favored Atiku? Because when it comes to money, Atiku is ready to spend not just in Naira, in dollars. But Peter Obi is not just going to give you nothing. He's not going to give you sheshe. The question remains, going by what the Nigerian politicians like, I mean brown envelope, do you think Peter Obi is going to emerge as the flag bearer? Even Dati Baba Ahmed has come out to express fear that he's worried if Peter Obi is going to clinch the ticket of the party in that coalition. And guess what? If Peter Obi clinches the ticket of that coalition, Dati Ahmed is likely not going to be his running mate, because if Obi becomes the presidential candidate, the other members of the coalition are going to be the ones to provide the vice president. And if that happens, you know, it's going to like be 50-50, something like that, because Peter Obi has a huge followership. I mean, organic fixed followership, both in the south and in the north. But the coalition is also going to take their own part. So that is the question and the worries of many obedience, if Peter Obi is actually going to get this ticket. And that's why people are already giving this warning that if it's not Peter Obi, it cannot be another person. Like you have seen that this former campaign DG, he said that Peter Obi defeated Tinubu in Lagos by over 1 million votes. Only Peter Obi can defeat Tinubu come 2027. Honestly, this is what Nigerians know is the truth. Now, let's quickly take a look at just a few of these reactions. This person say, they know it, they all do. They all do. Point is, will they follow the logical reasoning path or go with their dollarized version of primaries? Hey! T-ball is their cult. This other person, Obi's number in Lagos were wide, but 2027 is a different game. But you admit that Obi's number in Lagos was wide. This other person said, everybody knows. And another person also said, not only in Lagos, even on Rivers State, Abuja, Abia, Imo, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Bini, and others. BBC said it here that Rivers was obedient, but went to INEC and turned a different matter. This election is not with Tinubu. It's with INEC, as Tinubu. As for Tinubu, he can't win. So the problem is not even INEC. The problem is not Tinubu. The problem is INEC. You know. So the person attached here a report from BBC that reported how Rivers poll Peter Obi received more votes in Rivers, but Tinubu was declared winner. This is from BBC. Peter Obi received more votes, but Tinubu was declared winner. Number of votes for each candidate. You see, Peter Obi got more votes. Tinubu was declared winner. I've not seen this kind of thing. They just tumbled everything. Oh my God. So guys, I don't know what you make of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.